message wishing Trump supporters that they never know peace. So we have an epidemic on our hands of out-of-touch actresses and celebrities.
There's something wrong with this person. She's also known as the star of Snow White.
I mean, why accept a role if you clearly despise it of a beloved classic? Like, maybe don't take that role then.
You're gonna have to redo your film again, because this woman is a pig, and you fired Gina Carano for far less.
Rachel Zegler didn't just insult a politician, she ignited a firestorm. This wasn't a careless tweet or a clumsy podcast comment. It was a full-throated attack, a moment that instantly alienated millions of Americans. People who buy movie tickets, people who support the entertainment industry, people who had likely never even heard her name before this, and now they won't forget it. In a now viral red carpet interview, Zegler allegedly said, "If you voted for him, I hope you burn in your own little corner of hell." That single sentence didn't just express disagreement. It drew a line in the sand. For many, it felt like a declaration of war on anyone who dared to think differently. It wasn't political commentary. It was a personal condemnation. Hollywood stars often walk a fine line between activism and alienation, but this moment may have crossed it. In aiming to make a statement, Zegler may have instead written off a massive segment of the very audience she depends on. The backlash was immediate and intense.
Vote for Kamala Harris. And it's actually non-negotiable. Our rights are on the line, folks. Our reproductive rights. Come on. Go vote blue. And if you disagree with this sentiment, just hit the unfollow button. I don't need your...
That wasn't a joke or satire. It was a mask-off moment from someone who built a career playing likable characters and just revealed what she really thinks of her audience. And this wasn't a slip-up. It's not the first time she's crossed the line. This is the same Rachel Zegler who mocked fans of Snow White, bragged about rewriting a classic fairy tale to fit her own vision, and openly trashed the original movie, the prince, and the people who love it, all while taking Disney's paycheck with a smug smile. She's made it clear how she feels, and people are finally starting to see through the act.
Conservatives are calling for the cancellation of Rachel Zegler after she had some very choice words for Trump and his voters. There were several different posts, but what is really getting under people's skin is when she said it made Trump supporters and Trump voters and Trump himself never know peace. Megyn Kelly even called Rachel a pig. The most shocking part about all this was that I realized that I actually wasn't following Rachel, so I made sure to do so.
This is the same actress who was reportedly throwing props backstage during Vita, caught in leaked rehearsal audio berating castmates and crew, the same one who hired lawyers to scrub the internet after footage leaked, the same one who allegedly skipped promotional shoots to avoid being linked with certain demographics, and now she's telling millions of Americans, including those who voted, paid, streamed, and supported her, that they belong in hell. Let's be honest, Rachel Zegler didn't misspeak. She meant every word and fans know it. But what she didn't anticipate was Zachary Levi stepping in, and that changed everything.
What Rachel Zegler is posting, that is true hatred, and that is intentional misunderstanding, which seems to be the gist of their rhetoric these days. Weird. Somebody said, another 4 years of hate. May they never know peace. She's talking about her own hate. She is the one causing the 4 years of hate. Yeah, well, they have not figured that part out yet. Elon also commented under one of these screenshots and said, she sounds mean. Yeah, we already kind of...
Her Shazam co-star, the one who smiled through interviews as she dominated the spotlight, the one who watched her ride a wave of unearned fame, has finally had enough. Zachary Levi just delivered one of the most professional, polite, and devastating takedowns Hollywood's seen in years. He didn't say her name. He didn't have to. With just a few carefully chosen words, he made it clear. He's done playing nice. And the moment he stood up, not for himself, but for the audience she dismissed, everything shifted. Zegler may have started the fire, fanning the flames with condescension and ego, but Levi just handed the internet the gasoline. He didn't rant. He didn't attack. He simply told the truth. and in doing so, exposed far more than she ever expected. Now the spotlight feels very different, and so does the silence that follows. It didn't begin with the red carpet rant. That was merely the spark that ignited an already simmering fire. The real fuse had been burning for months, steadily fueled by growing tension following Donald Trump's unexpected comeback win in the 2024 election. Since then, Rachel Zegler's public and private behavior has allegedly taken a dramatic turn, with some describing it as spiraling into hysteria, particularly behind the scenes. Reports based on leaked messages circulating through private Discord servers and influencer group chats suggest that Zegler reacted furiously to the election results. Allegedly, she fired off several heated posts in the aftermath, including one that read, "F Trump voters. May Trump and his cult never know peace. I don't act for fascists." While some chalk it up to raw emotion in a politically charged time, others within her circles reportedly saw the outbursts as extreme. The controversy has since snowballed, fueling a wider debate online over the boundaries between political expression, celebrity influence, and professionalism in the post-election entertainment landscape.
Disney literally had to hire a social media guru to help or manage Rachel after she posted F Trump and said that she hopes that Trump supporters never know peace. This was a Variety headline. She made a response and she said, that was out of line. I'm so sorry, I was being emotional. I think the guru put that together. And a producer literally had to fly from LA to New York to tell Rachel to her face that she needed to tone down the pro-Palestine comments, and she said back to him, no, I'm not doing that, I'm not deleting anything. So that was kind of just a moot point, and they're saying that it's hypocritical that Rachel was punished or just...
Those messages were swiftly deleted or hidden behind private story settings, but screenshots spread like wildfire. They first surfaced in theater communities, then made their way to Reddit and TikTok. Suddenly, the internet had the receipts. And if that weren't enough, she reportedly doubled down on Instagram, posting a photo of herself sipping wine in a Dior outfit with the caption, "Middle America can cope." The post was quickly taken down after backlash erupted, but not before. Fan accounts with massive followings captured and shared it.
Supporters can exclude everyone else. They can kick their gay kids out. They can be discriminatory towards all types of groups of people. Yet somebody puts one boundary, right, when it comes to Trump supporters, and it's like, oh my God, how dare you? Listen, I am kind to everyone regardless of political beliefs, but at the same time, people are allowed to have their own boundaries, and I'm not going to be mad at another woman of color saying like, hey, I don't care if you don't like me or not, I'm here to do a job, so who cares? Like, she said what she said. Like, y'all want women of color to just assimilate into whiteness, and that's when you like them more. So, no, we're not gonna go back and forth with this gaslighting technique here.
That's when people realized it wasn't just a tantrum, it was contempt. Then the rumors started, and they were even uglier. According to one alleged Disney staffer, Zegler reportedly refused to film a global promotional spot for Snow White after learning it would air in markets with a strong conservative presence. The alleged quote from Zegler, as shared by the leak, was, "Trump fans don't deserve escapism." This statement, if true, stirred significant backlash online. Critics accused her of politicizing entertainment and alienating a large portion of the audience. The incident added fuel to ongoing debates about celebrity conduct, bias in Hollywood, and the relationship between politics and pop culture.
It's like, why she hasn't been fired yet is above my comprehension, because you invested in the wrong person. Do it to a T of what the movie is, and you will make bank. Stop trying to push an agenda, as the left always does, and Hollywood is run by the left.
She didn't just insult voters. She wanted them cut off from entertainment entirely, from movies, from art, simply because their beliefs didn't match hers. And this isn't just speculation. Industry insiders began whispering years ago that Zegler was becoming toxic to market. Her name, once a rising star, wasn't testing well in key demographics. The charm that helped her win over audiences in West Side Story was souring. What once seemed like confidence and charisma was now being read as something far more alienating, a sense of moral superiority cloaked in red carpet glamour. Studios grew wary. The audiences she once drew in were turning away. It wasn't just that her politics were polarizing, it was the way she seemed to wield them as a weapon to divide rather than connect. In an industry built on broad appeal, that kind of persona can quietly close a lot of doors.
Rachel Zegler decided to get out in front of Donald Trump winning the election and said basically that there should be no peace for anybody who had voted for Trump. I mean, it was a really, really hateful message, complete with F-bombs everywhere, because apparently that's how the kids talk these days, these young ladies like Rachel Zegler. Little ingenue that she is. Not a very nice little ingenue. Anyway, she said all this, and guess what? People noticed. We did it right here on the show. What did I say? There's no way that they should be employing this woman and putting her out there when this is the kind of nonsense.
Behind the scenes, murmurs about Rachel Zegler's behavior have been growing louder. One casting director allegedly warned another, "She plays to the cameras, but she's drunk on her own PR." And it shows. From skipping press for Shazam to mocking Snow White fans and clashing during Evita rehearsals, Zegler's pattern has become hard to ignore. It's not that she doesn't want fame. It's that she craves worship. And when she doesn't get it, she lashes out. But it was a recent red carpet moment that pushed things too far. Telling millions of potential voters to burn in hell didn't just cross a line. It shattered her image. Because these weren't just critics. They were fans, supporters, the same people who had helped launch her career. In that moment, Zegler didn't just alienate a fan base. She revealed something deeper, the entitlement behind the mask. And this time, Hollywood noticed. Meanwhile, her Shazam co-star Zachary Levi stayed quiet. Until now. He could have played the game, smiled for the cameras, pretended everything was fine while his co-stars unraveled and torched the fan base they were meant to entertain. But Levi? He's not built like that. It started with a podcast, casual vibe, light chat. The host brought up the hypocrisy in Hollywood, the virtue signaling, the manufactured outrage. Levi leaned in, nodded, and then dropped a line that hit like a sledgehammer. Should I hate her because she's downstream of voices that tell her I'm evil? No names were mentioned, but everyone knew who he meant, and he didn't stop there. He followed up with a critique that spread like wildfire on social media. The problem isn't just the loudmouths, it's the enablers, the executives, the media, the agents, who convince actors like Zegler they're untouchable. They tell you you're a hero for yelling at people, and then they wonder why no one likes you. Levi wasn't angry, he was disappointed. And that hit harder. He didn't attack, he dismantled. Fans took notice. While Zegler made headlines, for her outbursts and PR missteps, Levi came across as grounded, honest, and quietly frustrated with an industry that rewards outrage over humility. Zegler's downfall isn't just about one meltdown, it's about a broader culture in Hollywood that allows young stars to believe they're above criticism and punishes anyone who dares question the script. But with Levi breaking ranks and calling it out, others may finally start to speak up. Because the truth is, it's not just about Rachel Zegler anymore. It's about an industry in denial, and a growing number of voices refusing to stay silent.